I don't need a million followers, but if I can inspire just one person each day to shift their habits and lifestyle, that's what it's about.
Hello, and welcome aboard another episode of the Captain's Lifestyle Podcast. This is your captain speaking, Taylor Morgan. Today's episode is brought to you by the Captain's Lifestyle Program, my signature 90-day business and lifestyle mentorship program for charitable company founders to help them maximize their health, happiness, and productivity so they can optimize their work-life balance while continuing to fulfill their entrepreneurial vision. If you'd like more information on my coaching, or if you'd like to apply, head over to thecaptainslifestyle.com and fill out the initial assessment to see if you would be a good fit. Now on to today's show. We have another special guest. His name is Daniel Hinchcliff. Daniel is the founder of Turtleball, which is an ocean-friendly beach game for a cause. He's been passionate about the ocean and sea turtles since he was a kid. And in 2017, he earned his dual master's degree in architecture and facilities management from Catholic University. In 2019, his creativity and passion for the environment inspired him to create an ocean-friendly beach game made from real coconut shells. And then in the summer of 2020, Daniel officially launched Turtleball. He is committed to creating positive impact in the world through creativity, education, and fun. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Hey Taylor, thanks for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Of course. I found you on Instagram and I saw the brand. I was like, I absolutely love what he's doing here. The aspect of sustainability, especially for beach games when, so much plastic is left behind, unfortunately. So before we get into that in your company, go ahead and give a brief little background on you and kind of how you were brought up to care about the environment and sustainability and what made you decide to go down this path.
Yeah, absolutely. Growing up as a kid, my family used to go to the beach all the time. So growing up, I played baseball, so I was very active and just always very competitive and wanted to have fun at the beach. And just playing at the arcade, we used to play skee ball a lot. So I wanted to take that concept and bring it to the beach. And I knew that with Turtleball, I wanted to create a beach game that wasn't just another plastic game. Like you said, there's a lot of games that are great, but I wanted to shift that paradigm and create something that wasn't going to harm the ocean or the environment or any wildlife. So basically, it just started digging holes in the sand and wanted to turn it into like a physical product. And that's when I started looking at something that was either a bowl or a nest or like a basket, something that would catch the balls. And that's how I came up with a coconut. I have a game here. They're etched coconut shells that look like little turtles. And basically, if you cut a coconut in half, it's already a natural bowl. So that's basically the concept. And I mean, there's billions of coconuts that are made just by nature. So it was really cool to see the concept of, it's made by nature, it's crafted by hand. There isn't any plastic a part of the game. So that was something that it just made sense. And it was very easy to sell. And it's fun. Like I'm working 9 to 5, but at the end of the day, I get to etch the coconuts and kind of make it my own. And each game is unique. Everyone has their own unique set. Each set is crafted by myself, but there's no similar coconut. Every coconut's different, and that's the beauty of the game, is that everyone gets to make it their own. And it's not just like a mass-produced game that's just extruded plastic or something like that. So
yeah, that's awesome. So what was your why behind creating this game? Like, why did you choose?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily the game, but why did you choose, the ocean and the sustainability side of it?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is just I believe in leaving every place better than I found it. And the first thing that I saw, actually like a couple years ago, I saw a viral video of a straw stuck up a sea turtle's nose. And it was just very sad, the fact that a lot of our actions as humans are impacting the environment, the sea turtles and other wildlife in the ocean. And that's really what fired me up and became the driving force of creating something that was going to not only be a great impact just like at the beach of having fun with your family and friends, but at a bigger scale of, shifting the perspective of like what we make and consume as people has an effect. Like what we use and throw away doesn't go away, ends up in the landfill, ends up in water streams. It's to me, I didn't believe in creating a product that was just another product that was either single use or something that didn't serve a purpose. And that's where coconuts, there's no harm. If you break your coconut shell or leave it on the beach, it's not gonna impact anything because it's literally made by nature. So that's the beauty of the game, and that's something that I strongly, support and believe in every single day. So that's what makes it fun, is that I know that what I'm doing is something bigger than myself.
Yeah, I wish that more people understood that. I wish that more people had that mindset. So, when did you first understand that your choices, your decisions, buying decisions, what you eat, all that type of stuff has an effect on the planet? When did you first start to figure that out?
It was really actually when I started studying architecture in high school and college, understanding the sustainability aspect of what we design. All sustainability starts with the initial pre-design and the concept, because that's how things are, come out to be, from the initial start. Like great designs start with the concept, and sustainability isn't an end product. Like that's something that you start from the beginning. So obviously growing up, we didn't like the plastic crisis wasn't really an issue until the last 10, 15 years or so, when there's more research about the microplastics and how plastics last forever and they don't break down, they break up into smaller pieces. So just being more mindful of that, and just in my practice as an architect and designer, is understanding that what I make is the impact I'm creating in the environment. So that was something that, just starting with my career, that's what really inspired me to create something that was eco-friendly and sustainable.
So I've had a few clients who have created eco-friendly, sustainable brands. I just interviewed another eco-friendly brand on the show, and I know, because the whole world kind of hasn't really cottoned on to the whole sustainability aspect of it. So a lot of there's a lot of challenges with developing an eco-friendly and sustainable brand, whether that's, prices are higher for eco-friendly material or whatever it is. So what were some of your challenges when developing Turtleball?
Yeah, well, the first thing is I was thinking the manufacturing process of how can I mass produce a game, and the first thing was doing like mold injection, right? Like it's very simple, it's fast, it's cheap, but again, I didn't want to create something that was going to cause a lot of CO2 emissions and more plastic in the environment, whether it's recyclable. Because the thing is, the biggest issue is a lot of people think that, oh, we're recycling, it's good. No, like you should reduce the amount of
It's still
plastic that you're
plastic.
using. It's still plastic. So that was a challenge. So then that's where I started looking for materials that weren't going to harm the environment. Like the mesh bag, the game bag that I have is organic cotton. I didn't want to make like a bunch of plastic, like strings or whatever, polypropylene, like all that stuff that I can't even pronounce. But and then the game balls, like I didn't want to make plastic balls or the recyclable rubber, and yeah, it's just like there's something that it just the biggest challenge was the manufacturing process. But I knew that with the coconuts, it's something that I can etch. I don't have to go to a factory to produce this product. So
I find that this is a very common trend with all eco-friendly or sustainable brands, or just, people who give a shit, is that they're not willing to sacrifice the sustainability aspect of it for profits. So you, along with every other eco-friendly founder that I've talked to, they know that it would be much easier and much more cost efficient to just, use plastic or a non-eco-friendly fabric or whatever it is. But every single founder that I've talked to has not been willing to sacrifice that at the expense of the environment. They would rather make less money at the beginning for the environment and to build a better quality product. So can you talk a little bit about that? Like, why are you not willing or why are you willing to sacrifice those short-term profits for the long-term, product?
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing is just like believing in my vision and my mission. Like, I don't want to be promoting a product that doesn't back that up. And if that's going to cost me some extra money in the beginning, like, that's fine. This is a product that I believe in, and this is something that's fun and great for the environment. And again, like, I don't want to be putting out products that I wouldn't use every day. And I wouldn't want to be making more of something that I didn't believe in. So pretty simple. But yeah, I mean, we're not perfect. There's times where, it's hard to avoid plastic, especially if you're going to a restaurant and they're already putting straws in your drink. Like, it sucks, but this is the part of the process. And, there's obviously more education that needs to happen for a lot of people. But this is only the beginning. And I believe that, the more imperfect that we can get people to do things, I'd rather see that than people that are just, ignorant and not just being selfish and just continuing to use plastic or just disregard, that whole aspect. So,
Yeah. And that mindset is exactly why I decided to work with specifically charitable company founders. Because when I first started the Captain's Lifestyle program, it was just, broad terms, I help entrepreneurs. And what I found was, I mean, even though I turned down a lot of entrepreneurs who wanted to improve themselves or improve their business solely for personal gain, I would always turn them down because I'm not about that. But I want to focus specifically on entrepreneurs who are 100% dedicated to the mission of their product and making the world a better place. And so for you and all my other clients that I've coached, it's like, it's a no-brainer. Like, when I ask that question, it's like, well, why would I sacrifice that? Like, of course I'm going to not use plastic, and of course I'm going to make it sustainable and eco-friendly. And so that, I believe, is the mindset of success currently and in future businesses. Because I don't believe any businesses going forward will be able to, and when I say in the future, I don't have a specific timeline, but I think it's going to be sooner rather than later, because consumers are starting to become extremely conscious of what it is that they're voting on with their dollars. Because consumers, when they buy a product, they're voting on what they support. And a lot of consumers are still ignorant. They have no idea that what they buy has an impact on either themselves, their own personal health, or the environment. But every day, more and more people are starting to talk about this and become aware. So I think it's only a matter of time before every single business is a sustainable business that does not impact the environment or even helps the environment, and also cares about their employees, takes good care of them. Yeah, I think that's where the future of this, of the world is going. So you mentioned your mission statement and vision statement. Would you mind going over what those are?
sure. Yeah. I mean, the vision is really just about creating an ocean-friendly beach game and something that, is going to inspire and, inspire creativity, get people outside playing, having fun, learning about sea turtles, and really just making a difference and leaving the beach better than you found it. And, I think a lot of people, they don't care what they're buying, they care about why they're buying it. And it's about the vision. And that's the biggest thing is really just, believing in what we're doing and just making a difference every day.
What, or let's say, yeah, what made you decide that you needed to come up with a vision statement or a mission statement? Because a lot of entrepreneurs get into business and they kind of think about their mission and vision later, or they don't really go 100% into their mission because they're solely focused on profits or whatever it is. So what made you understand that you needed a vision as a company in order to be successful?
I mean, the vision is something that you see every day when you wake up, and it motivates you, inspires you every day to, get up in the morning. And even it was like 2017 is when I initially came up with this concept, and I didn't even have a product. I didn't even have a product until last year, about this time last year. And that's why, for the last 4 years or so, it was really just about like, why am I doing this? Like, what is my purpose here? I feel like everyone has a gift, and my gift is to create something that is fun and engaging and inspiring. And, I have so much creativity, and this is really something that I want to keep creating every day and inspire others to do the same and leave every place better than they found it, and to make sure that the beach is clean and just be more responsible for their impact on the environment. And it's simple, but there's just so much more that we have to do. And that's why I'm excited about what I do every day, is because it's not only fun, but it's something that I'm passionate about. And, the fact that I can make a difference in the environment is something that, I know I can go to bed, happy at night. So, but again, I'm not perfect, and there's so much more that I get to do with my company. But the best thing that I know that is I'm doing the best I can right now with what I have.
Yeah, and it all just starts off with an awareness. I think that's how this is going to spread. Just people have to become aware of their buying decisions. What you do on your day-to-day life affects not only those around you and your own personal health, but also the health and sustainability of the environment. Yo, Taylor here. So I'm sure you've heard me harp on sleep and basically every single podcast and video that I put out, because it truly is that important. And I'm excited to announce that I've created something very simple and very tactical that you guys can use to start improving your sleep immediately. In fact, it is the fastest way to improve the quality of your sleep and therefore the quality of your life, with amazing results after just one single night of implementation. Seriously, this is the same nightly ritual that I personally use, and it's the same strategy that I teach all of my high-performing clients in the Captain's Lifestyle program. It's the 4-3-2-1-30 method, and I'm giving it away to you guys for free. All you have to do is follow the link in my Instagram bio or in the show notes of this podcast, and I'll send it over so you can start sleeping better tonight. But please do not sleep on this offer. It's literally free, so no excuses. Go do it, and sweet dreams. Let's talk a little bit about turtles specifically. So why Turtleball? Why did you choose sea turtles?
That was something that, again, when I was a little kid, I loved the ocean. I loved sea turtles. And then, a couple years ago, when I saw that viral video of the sea turtle with the straw stuck up its nose, I was like, whoa, like this is not cool. It was scary. The fact that, like, seeing our impact on the environment, it's like we're destroying this planet. And so I did some more research, and I found out that 6 out of the 7 species of sea turtles are considered endangered. And that just was bizarre. Like, it's insane, and just the more research and knowledge that I started adding to my plate, I was like, look, like, I want to do something. I want to come up with a creative solution that not only, like, I can make money, like that's obviously any business that you want to be successful, but it was more about the education and awareness, is raising awareness for the sea turtles, and knowing that, I can do something. I can create something that's fun, something that's educational. And that was really the main reason and vision that I had, is that, look, like, there's clearly an issue going on. There's a lot of plastic consumption, and there's a crisis in the ocean that, in 2050, there's going to be more plastic in the ocean than fish. Like, to me, that is not cool. And,
No.
it's something that is concerning, because it's like we continue to keep consuming, and it's we can't consume our way to a more sustainable future. It's just not possible. That's why I believe in reducing the amount of plastic that we use, come up with alternative solutions like reusable bottles, stainless steel straws. But I mean, even with the straws, like you don't need a straw. Like,
Don't need a
drink from
straw.
a cup. So it's like the less is more, and that's why every day, every little change that you can make a huge difference. You know, one reusable bottle can replace 163 plastic bottles, and if one person does that, that's just creating a huge ripple effect, on other areas of your life by cutting back. Same thing with like eating meat and consuming dairy products. Like just cutting little back, like little by little, can make a huge difference. And that's where I believe that even if we're doing it imperfectly, it's still better than not doing anything at all. So.
Yeah. And again, it comes back to awareness, because people are buying like plastic water bottles for their health because they don't want all the chemicals, the pollutants like fluoride and all that stuff in their tap water. So they think they're being healthy by getting plastic water bottles, but then because it's plastic, you get all the toxic chemicals from the plastic. So that's not good for your health. And then it's also polluting the environment. And so then once you become aware of these issues, then it's like, oh, wow, okay. I thought I was doing good with the plastic water bottles. Now I got to switch to another type of filtered water bottle with a reusable water bottle. And to your point about the meat industry and the dairy industry, absolutely, it is horrific the amount of factory farming that's going on. Our meat and dairy consumption is absolutely not sustainable with factory farming. I just interviewed a guy, Brian Charles, on my podcast a few weeks ago, talking all about sustainability. And the future of meat and dairy products is regeneratively farmed meat. Like that is the only way to feed the planet with meat sustainably. Now, have you seen what's it called? Kiss the Ground on Netflix?
I have not. No.
I would recommend watching that. Okay. It talks about all about regenerative farming, and it's not just with meat, but it's agriculture in general. Because even like people think veganism is like the healthy thing for you and the planet. That's just not the case, because all these monocropped crops like soy, wheat, grain, corn, all that type of stuff. If it's in monocrops, that's not good for the environment either. So it's all about regenerative agriculture. I'm not an expert on this, so I'm not going to go any further into that. But I would say listen to my podcast that I did with Brian Charles and watch Kiss the Ground. I would say that's a good place to start for agriculture. Have you seen Seaspiracy?
Yeah.
On Netflix? Yeah, that just came out. That
Forks
was
over knives.
What? Yeah, that was
Forks
over knives. I don't know too much about that one, but Seaspiracy was horrifying. Specifically the what's it called? Like the bottom trolling, I think, with those huge nets that they do that just scoop up everything, destroys coral reefs. And the bycatch, sometimes they do catch sea turtles, and that's so sad. And I've said this on other podcasts, but I would take everything that they said in that documentary with a grain of salt, just because the documentary crew, I forget his name, but the guy that was going around interviewing people, he was not very tactful about it. He came across as if he was attacking the employees or the company. So of course they're not going to want to do an interview with him. But yes, absolutely, we have to take a look at the sustainability side of fishing for sure. And that documentary was eye-opening. So talk to me about the different products you have. I know you have the game, and actually before we get into the products, you do all those coconut shells by hand, correct?
Yeah, I handcraft everything.
That's crazy.
So I have a drill bit that literally just I'm etching every line, as you can see on the coconut shell.
How long does that take you per shell?
Per shell is about 1.5 minutes, and I can crank out a game in about 20 minutes or so, depending on how fast I'm going.
How long did it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, how long did it take you in the beginning?
The beginning, well, it was a trial and error process of learning what size drill bit I need to go, because the smaller ones, I was doing a lot of passes with it, and then over time, I did more research and found like bigger drill bits that are a little bit heavier, a little less effort on drilling. I tried other things. I tried hand, like literally without a machine doing it, but like carving by hand. And I was getting like carpal tunnel trying to do that. Yeah, it was just, that was like, something that it's fun. It's kind of therapeutic, doing that. But the biggest issue is, all right, if I get 100 orders over, the next 24 hours, like that's a lot of time,
It's work.
So that's my next challenge, is understanding like how can I, make more of these sets. It's either, hire
Scale.
more people, scale it. So obviously I'm not at that level yet, but eventually I will. But yeah, so I have the coconuts, I have the hats, which are pretty sweet, and then I also have I have water bottles, reusable, and it's got like a little turtle shell on top.
Nice.
And then got bracelets, got t-shirts, but that's just like the start of it. And I just kind of, before I had the beach game, I had like the water bottle, I had the bracelets. I wanted to, promote the brand and stuff. But eventually, I want to either make more sustainable products, eco-friendly, clothing. But again, like it's not really necessary to have clothes. The best solution is no solution. Like just keep using what you already have, not throw it away.
Thrift stores.
Yeah, thrift stores, buying secondhand. Like that's why like I haven't been investing a lot in clothing, because again, you're using crops like cotton to produce that stuff, and machines to screen print and all that. So again, that's been another challenge, is understanding like, yeah, I want to push my product, I want to push the brand and get my brand out there, but I also want to make sure I'm doing the right, having the right products, and making sure I'm not just like, producing like stainless steel straws and saying, hey, look, like use this straw, buy my straws. Like I don't, like I could do without straws.
Yeah.
Now they're better than plastic straws. Like, I praise everyone that is not using plastic straws, but it's just like little things like that I want to make sure I'm conscious about.
You're familiar with 4Ocean, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have any plan in mind to adopt kind of like their business model, where like your bracelet, for example, like if you buy a bracelet like that, a portion of it or whatever goes to some ocean conservancy, or do you have any plans?
Right now that's what I've been doing. I've been working with sea turtles, SEE turtles. So portions of every sale, like for bracelets, every dollar goes to their organization. And same thing with the coconut games, the hats, t-shirts, like 10% of proceeds go to sea turtle hospitals and conservation efforts. So that's been really successful. And also just another reason, it's like, it's not just a business, like I'm giving back to them, the organizations that need it the most. And again, just raising awareness. Every Tuesday I do Turtle Tuesday, and I post facts about sea turtles. So it's just,
Sweet.
Something that's fun. And, for me, I learn something new every time, I do research, and I learn more about sea turtles. I mean, they're an incredible, beautiful species, and I think everyone deserves to learn more about them.
I agree. So with that said, where can people see your Sea Turtle Tuesday? Where can people find you?
Yeah, on Instagram, play Turtleball. Also, our website is playturtleball.com. Every social media platform that I have is Play Turtleball, so it's very consistent across the board. But yeah, the biggest social media platform that I've been utilizing is Instagram. I've been on TikTok, but again, I definitely could be posting more on that.
Yep.
I've seen your post about engaging with the different platforms, and
got to get that
Facebook.
Content repurposing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, like with my comment the other day, I was feeling burned out, trying to like produce new content and not trying to recycle old posts and stuff. And then I was like, forget that. Like I can't focus on what everything's going to look like. I can just focus on the process at hand in this moment. Like, what do I want to create? What is something that I want to, give, like how am I serving other people with my content? So instead of trying to be so perfect with every single post and have everything mapped out, I was getting too tired and burned out from it. And I actually stepped away for, a few months, and then I started posting again. And that's when you're like, hey, it's nice to see you posting again.
Yeah.
I was
100%.
like, damn, like,
yeah.
But it's good to kind of, take a breath and, kind of reset and refocus your attention. And that's where, I tapped back into my vision of like, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Every little thing that I'm doing, like whatever I create, it's serving a purpose, whether it sees 20 people or 20,000 people. It's just my biggest impact is, inspiring the next person. That's what I'm focusing on. I don't need 1 million followers, but if I can inspire just one person each day to shift their habits and lifestyle, that's what it's about.
Exactly. And something is always better than nothing. So that perfectionism mindset will always hold you back, and think about it this way. Think about if you don't post, like, who's that hurting, right? It's hurting the sea turtles, right? Because
Absolutely.
It's not about you. Like, you didn't build this business for you. You built this business to create awareness around this issue of plastic pollution. And so this is kind of what's helped me. It's like, it would be like, who am I to not show up for my business? Because if you don't show up and you don't post and you don't spread awareness about this crisis, like, that's like you're almost contributing to the problem by you being aware of it and not spreading this knowledge that you have. So yeah, always just remember that something is better than nothing. Just get something out there. And like you said, even if you can help one person like open their mind to what's actually going on, then who knows, they might tell someone, hey, I see you're using a plastic straw, here's a stainless steel one. Just create that positive feedback loop. So
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, Daniel. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I love everything you're doing with Turtleball, and I'm very excited to see where things go. So yeah, people can find you at one more time, Play Turtleball.
Yeah, play Turtleball. And again, thanks for having me on here. I really appreciate it. And I admire, the effort and everything that you're doing. It's been awesome to watch just like your content grow, over the last couple months. And, it's great to just have, another connection in the world of, entrepreneurship and, that whole community. And like everything that I like every day is something that, it's an opportunity to learn something new. And there's constantly, people that, I'm always striving to be. And it's been, really exciting, just like the last year, since launching the game, to see where everything is growing until now. There's still so much more to do, but
oh yeah,
it's great to, grow my circle and grow my network, and, really just learn and find mentors like you, that's already doing it. So I really appreciate that.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate you and everything that you're doing with your business and all that. So yeah, thanks again for coming on the show. And yeah, don't forget, live the captain's lifestyle. Peace.